Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 311. Thank you for joining us today. One of our objectives here at 311 is to open up more lines of communication to our customers for all non-emergency service requests that people may need to send in the city of Houston. And as such, we're particularly excited about the new smartphone app that the mayor will be announcing in just a few minutes, because that really acts as a force multiplier for us here at 311. 14 of the 15 service requests that you can enter using the smartphone app require zero intervention by our 311 agents that are sitting behind us here. Rather, that request completely bypasses them and goes to the departments that actually perform the work for our citizens. And from what we understand, we're the largest city in North America to integrate directly the app and the software, the customer relationship management system that makes all this kind of work. What really happens then is that the citizens become agents for 311 and for the city. Having said that, the version of the app is just one step in the right direction. We still have quite a ways to go, and we know that we will have things to improve. The nature of technology is to iterate, and we look forward to doing that. Not just with this app, but with other lines of communication as well. So at this time, I'd just like to take a few brief moments to thank a few people. Here to my right are members of 311 and the Mobile App Steering Committee. The Mobile App Steering Committee was comprised of executives from a number of different departments, each of which had plenty to do with their time before we asked them for help on this project. Howard Hilliard is the Chief of Staff of the Public Works and Engineering Department. Ogilvy Garrick leads up the IT services for the Public Works and Engineering Department. Tom Sorley is the Deputy Director in Houston Information Technology Services. David Cutler commands the Houston Emergency Center. Mita Jha was the project manager for this project in IT. Lindsay Lanigan out of the mayor's office lent a great perspective to this project, and Jackie Smith from the planning department really did a great job of bringing to life this new service request map tool that we'll illustrate for you today. And then finally, we have the benefit of working with two great vendors, SeeClickFix, the app developer, and Emma Richards is with SeeClickFix, she's here with us today, and Kana, the software customer relationship management system. Steve Carter is here with us. Next, the people behind us, the agents at 311, really made today possible. They've absorbed a tremendous amount of change, and they've handled it with professionalism. Kendall Baker is here representing the line of 311, and Ray Taylor represents the staff of 311. And finally, we've got to thank the mayor. Mayor, really, you have this strategic vision to see what 311 could be when you took office. We wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for your leadership and your vision. We thank you for allowing to work on this project, and I'll turn the table over to you.
Every day across the city of Houston, citizens hit potholes and they say, darn, the city of Houston can't fix this pothole. They probably say a few other words too. Or they pass a broken water line and they say, darn, why can't the city of Houston get out there and fix that water line? Or they pass a weedy lot, and day after day they complain that the city hasn't taken action on these really crucial neighborhood problems. Well, the problem is that the city of Houston doesn't know they're there unless some citizen tells us. This is a relationship. There are a lot of city employees, but they don't drive down every street in the city. There are lots of city employees, but they're not in a neighborhood to see that broken water line the moment it happens. But there are people in that neighborhood, citizens in that neighborhood, who hit that pothole, who see that broken water line, who drive past the weedy lot, and who have the ability to immediately get it into us. We can't fix what we don't know about. I was a council member when the city of Houston created the 311 system, and at that time, it was innovative and cutting edge, and other cities came to see what we were doing. Well, one of the problems became that it was innovative and cutting edge, but we didn't improve it with the times. We didn't take advantage of the lightning speed that was happening in terms of technology and technological changes. When I came in as mayor, I turned my attention to 311 and the ability to take it to a new level. And we began working on it at that time. Unfortunately, in the middle of our efforts to find a better technology, to find a better way to connect with citizens, we also had to contend with an extremely difficult budgetary situation. A budgetary situation that caused the layoffs of more than 700 city employees, including cutbacks at 311. But we persevered because we knew that we still had a responsibility to provide the neighborhood services, to respond to constituent complaints, and that we would get to a point where we could fully restore the service. There had to be a better way. Many of us go through our daily lives with a computer in our hands. That computer is a smartphone. More and more of what we can do, we can access through those smartphones. We now have the opportunity through a brand new app to allow those computer users out there who could already send us an email, who could already call us to report that neighborhood problem. Now they can do it on site in a few moments from their smartphone with a free app. This is the culmination of a lot of work, and it truly brings 311, which is our most common interaction with citizens, into this century. But it's not the end of the process. We understand that technology is changing very, very rapidly, and I've been in government long enough to have seen some of the box canyons that we can get into in terms of technology. This is an opportunity to open an engagement with the public, and we don't just want Houstonians to use the heck out of this system because it is better for Houstonians, it's better for us, but we want feedback, we want the opportunity to continuously refresh and update what we're doing. This is a next step forward in our relationship with our constituents. We hope it will be embraced by Houstonians. We hope it will be used regularly, but we really hope that we will hear back on how we can continuously improve the system. And it's not designed as just a one-way, you show us the pothole, you tag it, you send it in, you give us the address, you give us a picture of it. It's designed to be a communication where the citizen, once they make a complaint or report a problem, can see the progress of that problem and how we are addressing it. The intention is that we immediately come back and acknowledge that we've received the issue, whatever it is, that we give the citizens some idea of how long it's going to take us to respond so they're not waiting and thinking that nothing's happening. We let them know if anyone else has reported the same thing, and then we provide an opportunity for them to track what's going on, and then we close the loop at the end. This is a great day for the City of Houston. It's a great day for the City of Houston and the men and women who are behind me, because it allows all of us to do our job better. Customer service is what the City of Houston is all about. Cities are service organizations, and this enables us to vastly improve our customer service. But I'll close with where I began, and that is, you hit that pothole, you see that broken water main, and instead of saying something unfortunate about the City of Houston, call it in and let us know it's there, and we will fix the problem. Now I'm going to ask Mr. Newport to come over and demonstrate this a little bit.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'll demonstrate the app briefly, and then we'll go into a brief demonstration of our new service request map tool, and just show you a few things about the new homepage at www.houston311.org that we launched just this morning. So this is the home screen that app users will see when they launch the app. If this is the first time, if you've just downloaded the app, the first thing that you'll need to do as a user is click that settings button at the at the lower right hand corner here. So you click on that and you're taken to the next screen you'll need to click on this login and register button.
You only have to do it once.
That's right. You just need to log in, or you just need to register an email and a password and a username that you'll use to associate with the account just one time. The rest of the time, it automatically logs in. It'll log in for you. So here you enter the display name, the email, and the password, and confirm that password for the app. Then you hit sign up, and that'll take you back to the main app interface. What we're going to go through is how to report an issue. As we mentioned earlier, we've got 14 distinct service requests that you can issue using the app, and then you have a 15th, the other, that is a generic service request type. So we'll click on report to stop the process. The first thing that you'll see here is a location tool. The app will integrate and operate directly from the GPS that's on smartphone devices that users are using. It'll use that GPS functionality to default to a location. You can use your finger to modify the location, or you can click on this text field to enter a specific address if you like. So we'll click done. We'll go back, and next we're going to click issue title, which is where the service requests are listed. You see here the service requests that are listed. Again, there's 14 distinct, and a 15th, that's the other category. We're going to walk through a pothole. Pothole is right here on the bottom. We click that. The next is a description. Each service request has a couple of different pieces of information that we ask you for. You can see that the pothole has two. Answer question 1, answer question 2, and if there's any additional information that you'd like to provide, you can type that in using this free text field. So we'll click done. Now every user has the option of telling us what they're seeing with a picture. So you can upload that by taking a picture at the time that you're filling out the service request, or you can upload a photo from your gallery. You see both those options here. Now you can see that the picture has been uploaded to the draft service request that we've got going. The next action rather, is to hit submit. And here you're presented with an option either to save this draft to come back at a later time and finish it, or you can submit it right now to our 311 system, which will create a workflow for our departments. So we'll click submit, and after doing so, you'll get a message here saying that the report was submitted successfully. So next we'll just go through briefly what our new website looks like. And while that's being loaded, I'll just illustrate the extent of the change that we've gone through here at 311. What you see on this whiteboard was the previous version of the 311 website before Mayor Parker asked us to begin to retool 311. And you can see that it's not particularly engaging. It required the citizen to know a lot about how the city itself was organized internally, and we've changed that over to what we'll see here on the screen. All the red dots are open service requests, and you can see when you scroll over them and click, you can see the SR number, the date that it was created, the specific address or intersection associated with it. The blue dots represent service requests that have been completed within the previous 7 days. So this is really a two-way communication device between us and the citizens. After you submit an SR via the app, or a phone call, or an email, or the website, you can come in here and see what the status is as you move forward over the next couple of days. And then lastly, we'll just talk about some resources that we've built into the homepage for the smartphone app users. It'll be in the lower left-hand corner of the homepage. You see that we've built a QR code that users can just take their smartphone, you open up a QR code reader that they have loaded on their device, take a picture of this QR code. That'll trigger a download of the appropriate version of the app to their smartphone. This is available, as the mayor said, on Android operating systems and the iPhone operating systems. We also have links to the App Store and the Google Play Market. And then below that, you'll see that we've got a smartphone app FAQ section. That'll take us to another page that's really a resource for the users. We have a demonstration video that'll take people through downloading the app, registering the app, submitting a service request via the app, and then using the map tool and the new functions of the website. We also have another QR code for people, and then we go through a number of different questions and answers that people may have on a frequent basis as they interact with us. And that is, that's pretty much everything there.
We're making it easier and easier for our citizens to tell us what we need to fix, what the problems are in neighborhoods. I want our only challenge to be, we have so many citizens active and engaged that it's hard for us to keep up with the request, because that will mean that we really know what's going on in the communities and in neighborhoods. This is a really wonderful step forward. there's no excuse any longer for any citizen to feel that they can't convey to the City of Houston a problem in their neighborhood that needs attention. We are open to questions. These are the guys that helped design it, and the guys that will be making sure that we continue to improve as we go forward with community feedback. But I hope you will take note of, again, the men and women of 311 behind me who are working the phones answering questions from constituents as we speak. And you can see that we're tracking what's happening across the city. Questions?
I guess how much faster do you all anticipate this allowing you to respond to problems? I understand it goes directly to the department, so.
Well, it goes to a central repository, so we will continue to track through 311, but it does also go directly to the departments. So who wants to speak for the?
Yeah, and the question was how long do we have to respond to the different?
No, how much more quickly do you anticipate these problems being fixed?
Well, I think we're going to have to get an idea first for how much usage there is. Like the mayor said, when we start to get an idea for what the conditions in the City of Houston are. Right now, you know, there is a deadline for each and every service request that comes in. You know, for example, a pothole, the deadline for that is 10 days. And all service requests have specific deadlines, and those will shortly be posted on our website as well.
And I'm sorry, just to be clear, by deadline you mean the time in which you should receive a response?
No, everything that we do, if you call in and say there's a pothole, if you call and say there's a water main break, you say a sewer line break, we have internally a deadline to when we actually get out there and examine what's going on and try to respond to the citizen. And then we have another deadline where we fix the problem. And one of the frustrations for citizens is that they often, you know, they say, I call it in and nothing's happened. Well, you've called it in, and you know, first we have to analyze what the problem is and mobilize the appropriate resources. This gives us a better opportunity to stay engaged with the citizens. Again, with the map, you can see what's going on in the neighborhood, what's already been reported. You can see that it's in our system, and we will tell you what our internal deadline is to get back out there and fix it. One of the things I should point out is that in the when we did go into the worst of the recession and we had so many cutbacks here in the city, we did cut back on the hours here at 311. It is fully restored to 24/7 operation prior to the introduction of this app. And we are, because of the new system that we have in place and new protocols, we are up and running same hours we had before, but actually saving money as we do it.
With the amount of citizens using smartphones, are you prepared for the influx of people bombarding the system with all of these repairs?
It would be a really good problem to have if lots and lots of citizens decided that they would provide the information. Now, one of the good things, though, is that you can, as users get used to it, they'll be able to go on first and find out if it's been reported. And so we hope that over time we won't have a lot of redundant requests for information or for a solution, but it would be a good problem to have, because the biggest issue, and has always been the biggest issue, is that citizens don't tell us it's there. We cannot fix what we do not know about.
Mayor, are you already getting requests on this?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tell me, how's that going so far?
Well, we just put this up. This morning. And we actually we're trying to do a little soft launch so we could test it out. And a couple of council members were so excited about it a few weeks ago that they started spreading the word. And so we actually have had an opportunity to test it. But it just formally launched this morning.
Is there a number as to how many people have downloaded the app so far since
When did we put it up?
We can get that for you.
I downloaded it last night, and it was, and not being a techie person, but on my smartphone it was quick and easy, and very intuitive.
I have a question. Is there a Spanish version of the app or the 311 webpage?
No, not at this time. Not at this time, but we're working on that for January. Is that right? 2014. January 2014.
Anyone else? Okay. Make sure you spread the word. Again, it would be a great problem to have that lots and lots of Houstonians immediately downloaded this app and started giving us information via their smartphones. But next time I see you all, I'm going to ask if you have the app, and I'm going to ask if you have reported a pothole, a water main break, a weedy lot, graffiti. We can't fix it if we don't know it's there. So, thank you.